Unique to McAfee and the McAfee Vulnerability Management Solution is the risk-based approach. By discovering vulnerabilities on the network, operating systems, rogue systems that are out there, unknown assets, voice over IP phones, being able to take all that information and combine it into an enterprise scalable application that is manageable and showing you which appliances or which devices on your network need to be remediated first is really the kind of the concept behind Vulnerability Manager.
To really cast McAfee Vulnerability Manager in such a way that the businesses can really grasp why it's relevant and why they need it, you need to think about three things. You need to think about depth, breadth, and flexibility. When you think about depth, it scans over 450 operating systems. Basically, any IP on your network, it can discover, it can scan it, and it can tell you whether or not it's susceptible to risk or it's vulnerable. When you look at breadth, it has over 22,000 vulnerability checks, and we're developing new content at 3 times our closest competitor. And then you also look at flexibility. It can be deployed as software as a service, it can be deployed as software, it can be deployed on an appliance, it can be deployed on virtual machines, you can buy it as managed service. It has unlimited flexibility in reporting and dashboarding. It can be integrated with any type of third-party ticketing system. So integration, flexibility, you name it, McAfee Vulnerability Manager has it all.
When thinking about depth and breadth of coverage, not only is it devices and network systems that are on your wires, but it's also the applications that are out there that your company is very dependent on for revenue generation. We see vulnerabilities in today's web applications that are growing at an astronomical rate, even more so than some of the network and operating system vulnerabilities that we've seen over the past. So with the new McAfee Vulnerability Manager 7.0 focusing on web application assessment, we're now able to do deep scans into those web applications and scan them for coding weaknesses, SQL injections, cross-site scriptings, for example, that cause problems inside networks and cause company to either lose or to have to take down their revenue-generating web applications.
There are several trends today that are suggesting a strong need for vulnerability management, in particular the web application scanning capability. When you look at overall trends, 82% of organizations today feel that it's absolutely critical to understand which assets are at risk to vulnerabilities. Huge trend. It's especially true at mid-market. It used to be vulnerability management was largely the domain of large enterprises. Increasingly, it's going down more to the mid-market and almost to the small business where they need to understand, just like their big brethren, the enterprise companies, where they're vulnerable and where they're at risk to threats that come. And when it comes to web application assessments, every 1.3 seconds, a web application is being infected. That's huge when you think that of all the e-commerce sites out there that are relying on these web applications. So understanding where those web applications are vulnerable and what you need to do to remediate those to make sure that your critical assets are protected are huge.
McAfee Vulnerability Manager is backed by the world's best and largest security research organization, McAfee Labs. With over 400 dedicated researchers around the globe, 24/7 visibility into researching vulnerabilities and exploits that are out there, the Labs organization creates the content that feeds into the McAfee Vulnerability Manager product and allows our customers to scan for near zero-day exploits on their network and really truly gauge the risk of the vulnerabilities that are out there.
The thing that intrigues me most about McAfee Vulnerability Manager is that McAfee was not only a pioneer in the space, but what we continue to innovate and drive new feature function into it that's always eclipsing our competitors. So as an employee of McAfee, it's always nice to know that you're attached to a winner. And the way you become a winner is you dominate market share, you provide unrivaled customer service, and you provide the type of products that are going to solve the problems that your customers have. If you do those three things, you do it well, and that's how we do it with McAfee Vulnerability Manager. It gives you the sense of you're accomplishing something special by being part of it.